If you're anything like me, you have seen Invincible variants absolutely take over Invincible media for the past couple of months. I've been seeing those silly font edits, to the brain rot memes.
Are you sure?
Guess who's finally getting his powers?
And the theories, some good, some bad. And so in this video, we're going to put all of that together and rank every single Invincible variant from worst to best. This list will include every variant from Season 3, and so it won't really include the random ones from Season 2. The variants will be ranked on 4 different things, and those being power, enjoyment, importance, and theories. So even if this character is really strong, they may be a little lower on the list because of their little theories or importance in the story. So we begin the list at number 19, surprisingly being alternate Mark 19 or Kneecap Invincible. What's really strange about this Mark variant is that he doesn't even appear in the show. If you had paid attention to the show, you would know that Omnimark actually replaced him in the final scene in the Invincible War. What really doesn't help this character is that he has 0 voice lines whatsoever. You add the fact that he is the exact same design as the regular Invincible, it does not have a good combo. It can't just be me that thought alternate Mark 19 was just the regular Invincible. I mean, look at the designs, they're almost identical. I just don't think the regular blue suit has kneecaps, but I don't know. This Mark variant stinks. At number 18 on the list, it is another pretty irrelevant Invincible variant, and that is Light Blue Invincible. This Mark variant also has 0 voice lines whatsoever, and that's really what you're going to see from the bottom half of this list. These Mark variants have absolutely no substance to them whatsoever. However, the reason why I put Light Blue Mark over the last Mark variant is just because he's in more panels in the comics. And honestly, I like his design more. I really like that he doesn't wear the mask. And I'm pretty confident that Light Blue Invincible actually does make an appearance in the show. I think he's in like one scene. Bulletproof and Flaxen both have pretty ugly designs. You will see why I'm ranking them in the same spot. I mean, their guys are one and the same. First off, both of these guys were given no scenes in the show or the comics. I don't even think Bulletproof Mark is in the iconic Invincible variant panel. And don't get me wrong, they are different and unique, but they're ugly. I mean, come on, look at them. Both of these variants do have similar theories, and that's that both of these variants are just so strong. And this is because they fought off basically 1 billion of those reanimates by Cecil. However, I think this theory is just bad in general. Number 1, it's not even shown how many reanimates were fighting these Mark variants. And number 2, wouldn't these Mark variants technically be the dumbest ones? I mean, why would they go to the White House? I mean the Pentagon. Why would they go to the Pentagon? I don't really agree with that theory. I think Flaxen and Bulletproof Mark are one of the weakest variants, if not the weakest. At number 15, it is Retro or Techno Mark. Now you might be wondering why this Mark variant isn't any higher on the list, considering it is one of the most important Mark variants there is. Because as you know, he definitely killed Rexplode. However, just like I said at the start, just because this character is really good at one thing, doesn't mean it should be high on the list. Yes, this character is one of the most important Invincible variants, however, his design is ugly and there's basically nothing to theorize of. I mean, what are you even supposed to theorize about this Mark variant? Why is his name even Techno Mark? Is it the eyes? I think it's the eyes. He looks like a goofy Spider-Man. At number 14, it is Cap Invincible or Bald Invincible, as most people know. We're finally getting in the mid-tier part of the ranking, where every single Invincible variant at least has something about them. And the something about Bald Invincible is that he's just so evil. I mean, this dude saw Oliver and then immediately put on the most sinister grin I've ever seen in my life. He genuinely might be the most evil Invincible variant. However, his theories are basically non-existent, they don't exist. Also, I do not know how to feel about his design. I cannot tell if I like it or not. I mean, it looks so odd. Also, let me know which Mark variant do you think will be number 1. At the time of recording, I didn't even finish the list yet. However, what I can tell you is that at number 13, it is Mustache Mark. Well, first off, he's like one of 3 Mark variants to be wearing the Viltrumite outfit, so he gets points for being extremely unique. And you know what's unique about this guy? His mustache. I mean, look at it. I mean, he's the only Invincible variant to actually have a mustache. That makes him pretty special. Mustache Mark is also really fun to theorize about. You just have to wonder what his story is. Like, how did he end up in this situation? People like to say he was raised on planet Viltrum, which I think that's a pretty good idea. And yes, I know Mustache Mark only has like 3 comic panels and 0 voice lines. I mean, this guy is so cool. How could you not like him? He's not even that strong though, which is a bummer. Like, I don't understand. At number 12, it's actually the first Mark variant to make it to day 3. It is Gay Invincible. No Mask Mark is known for his iconic I Miss William voice line.
I miss William.
However, I do have to take off points because that scene isn't even in the comics. I also put him relatively low because his design is extremely simple. I mean, it's literally the regular Invincible suit just without the mask. Full mask Invincible is actually pretty fun to theorize about. I mean, is this guy actually gay or did he just miss his best friend? However, the theorists kind of ran with it, and I guess I'll run with it too. It's not anything bad. At number 11, it is Shiesty Mark. This Mark variant is definitely one of the better Mark variants to not make day 3 of the Invincible War. He is so funny, and when he tells Omnimark to FF, it is hilarious. I mean, whatever he's wearing on his face looks so cool. I wonder how it was made. They really should make a show or something expanding on all of these different Mark variants. It would be so interesting. Shiesty Invincible also has some pretty cool edits. I love the 1v7 ones. You guys see that one? Sadly though, I haven't seen much theories about Shiesty Mark. Where are they? Someone let me know what you think happened to him. His design is extremely unique as well. I mean, is that even a Shiesty on his face? At number 10, it's Tracksuit Mark, and at number 9, it's Tracksuit Mark's partner. It's Long Hair Mark. Their edits I literally see everywhere on my For You page. I mean, they're taking it over. And this duo of Invincibles is amazing. I am aware that Tracksuit Mark does appear in Season 2, but this guy has absolutely no scenes in Season 3. Wasn't Tracksuit Invincible the one that died to Powerplex in the show? Why did they change that from Tech Jacket? And the reason why I put Long Hair Mark over Tracksuit Mark, I just think Long Hair Mark has a lot better design. But I cannot tell you how mad I am at the Invincible creators for absolutely butchering Long Hair Mark's design in the show from the comics. In the comics, Long Hair Mark looks so intimidating, but in the show he looks like a friendly guy. Tracksuit and Long Hair Mark are absolutely wasted potential, and they should have had their fight in the comics adapted into the show. At number 8, it is Emperor Mark. Wait, no, not that Emperor Mark, this Emperor Mark. The reason why people call this guy Emperor Mark is because of his famous voice line. And honestly, the reason why this Invincible variant is so high on the list is because he is so incredibly funny.
Come on! The deal was, we help you, and then you help us take over a bunch of other dimensions. I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire!
I mean, everything he says, it sounds like he's about to explode. Nothing but pure rage in what he says. This Mark variant is actually one of the strongest because he did survive to day 3 of the Invincible War. But obviously, we know what happened to him. He got eaten by Sinister. Also, is this guy really the Emperor of this world? I mean, is this Invincible really the Emperor of his world? I mean, look at how he absolutely destroys business, baby. He definitely deserves that number 8 spot on the list. At number 7, we have apparently the nicest Mark variant, Full Mask Mark. Now I'm gonna be honest here, Full Mask Mark is my least favorite Mark. I just really don't like how everybody assumes he's just extremely nice and forgiving and all of this stuff. Because how can Full Mask Mark level a whole city and then say he misses his mom? I mean, how is that any fair? And also, didn't Ancient Levy say he gathered the most evil and invincible variants across the dimension? Or I guess across different dimensions. I will give credit where credit is due. Full Mask Mark does have some pretty fun and interesting theories. It's fun to think about what Full Mask Mark's reaction would be if he actually saw Debbie Grayson. I'm sure it'd be very emotional. How do you guys think about Full Mask Mark's design? I don't really like it. However, this guy definitely gets points because he's definitely a unique design. It kind of looks like Spider-Man without all the webbing on the mask. What do you guys think about Full Mask Mark? Like I said before, he's not really my favorite one. At number 6, it's Prisoner Mark. This ugly guy is here for multiple reasons. I mean, Prisoner Mark is a straight menace. Prisoner Mark said he spent a year in the Viltrumite prison. I have to ask, what did he do to get in the Viltrumite prison for a whole year? I'm telling you, this guy Prisoner Mark was on some timing. And did the prison do that to his head? I mean, I don't know. They didn't do that to Omni-Man when he was in the prison. This is because it's stated when all of the marks were in that alternate dimension, the 7 of them ganged up on one invincible variant. It is also theorized that Prisoner Mark is one of the strongest invincible variants, maybe the strongest. They ganged on this one variant because he was a jerk. So a lot of people think this jerk is Prisoner Mark, and that makes sense. I mean, look at this guy. At number 5, it's a lot of people's favorites, it's Omni Mark. Mr. Yo-Yo himself gets an extreme upgrade from the comics to the show. I mean, this guy goes from dying to a yo-yo of all things, to making it on day 3 of the Invincible War. Omni Mark's design is also extremely unique. He's the only one to have red in his uniform. And also, when watching the Invincible War episode, Omni Mark and one other variant completely stole the show from the other Mark variants. His iconic voice lines and overall demeanor is just so cool to look at. It's also fun to theorize what Omni Mark has been through. Like, what is this guy's position on Earth? Did he kill Omni-Man? None of it makes any sense to me, but I love it. At number 4, it is No Goggles Invincible. I don't care what you tell me, No Goggles Mark was the best Invincible variant in the show. He was absolutely hilarious. I loved how he soloed the Guardians of the Globe. And he was cracking jokes while doing it. An absolute menace. I love to see it.
Help!
Help! I don't want to not be living!
A lot of fans like to theorize if No Goggles Mark did survive the attack from Darkwing. Me personally, I don't think he did, but it's fun to think about what it would look like if No Goggles Mark did survive. If you watched the Invincible War episode and thought that No Goggles Mark wasn't your favorite Mark variant from that episode, you did something wrong. He's the best. We are now entering the top 3. Comment who do you think should be number 1. Number 3 might be a little biased. It is my favorite Mark variant, Viltrumite Mark. While this character is lacking in the importance department, he makes up for it in many different ways. The first is the strength. I mean, how was this guy able to kill Spawn? And in the comics, Viltrumite Mark killed Spawn again. He killed him twice. He definitely is a top 3 strongest Invincible variant. However, the theories is where Viltrumite Mark really goes into play. Viltrumite Mark literally has no expression on whatsoever. He never looks happy, he never looks sad, he never even looks angry. I mean, this guy has a straight face the whole time. If you look at the Invincible War pose, I mean, he looks disappointed at what he's done. And when you compare that to Mustache and Prisoner Mark, they look happy in every photo, or at least some expression. So I never really will understand Viltrumite Mark. He's an anomaly. Definitely one of the strongest and arguably the best design out of all the Mark variants. Let me know if I put him too high. I know I'll put him a little bit high because he's my favorite, but let me know if you think I was right. At number 2 for the best Mark variant ever, it is the most iconic and well-known Mark variant, Sinister Mark. This guy is up there one of the GOATs. I mean, he's one of the strongest Invincible variants, if not the strongest. It's debatable with him and Mohawk Mark for the strongest. I'm a little sad they ruined his voice in Season 3 because in Season 2, Sinister Mark's voice made him an absolute menace. He's kind of like the captain of the Invincible variants. He's always in the center and always speaking the most out of all of them. And with that iconic black design, how could you hate this guy? He is also one of the most important Mark variants because he did eat at least 6 of the Mark variants. There's not really much to theorize about this guy. I mean, why is Sinister Mark so evil in the first place? I guess you can say he's just sinister. I don't know. However, number 1 is the GOAT Mohawk Mark. First off, in my opinion, Mohawk Mark is the most strongest Invincible variant. I mean, he killed Sinister Mark. I don't care what you say if it's a sneak attack or not. I mean, he did kill Sinister Mark. That's gotta be something. Not only that, Mohawk Mark is extremely funny. I mean, he's an absolute menace in the show. That scene with him at the main Invincible's house actually made my jaw drop. And spoilers for the Invincible comics, but Mohawk Mark is literally the most important Invincible variant there is. If it wasn't for him, Robot's true intentions would have never been unleashed on the world, because it was Robot seeing how Mohawk Mark tortured Ancient Levy that made Robot decide to be evil. It was basically his final straw. And what a cool design Mohawk Mark has. One of the only Mark variants to be wearing the blue suit, and one of the only Mark variants to have a different and unique hairstyle. So yeah, Mohawk Mark definitely deserves the number 1 spot. He's the GOAT Invincible variant. Let me know what you thought about the video, and let me know what your number 1 Invincible variant is. And what's the worst Invincible variant?